Hey guys, I'm Davey Wavey, creator of the gay erotic website Himeros.tv, and today I am joined by sex and intimacy coach Finn Deerhart and my best friend Matthew Thomas. And today we're talking about making love all damn day. Question, would you rather make love all day or would you rather make love all night?
All day.
Same.
Yeah. I want to sleep all night.
That's like that's when you know you're old. My need for sleep exceeds my need for dick.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. Himeros Live is sponsored by Himeros.tv. We're in the final days of our Pride sale at Himeros.tv, which is my erotic website full of juicy, explicit videos featuring your favorite porn stars, but designed to help you have better sex. With hundreds of videos and great resources to explore, just visit himeros.tv/pride to sign up for 60% off. That's himeros.tv/pride. Himeros.tv. It's like porn,
but better.
but better. How are you?
One voice to correlate with. I'm doing great.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know if Matt is is here or not. I see his little
He's having commitment issues.
I see his little face thing pop up, and yeah, we've been going through it with these Google Hangouts lately.
He's back.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. How has your week been?
My week's been great. I've had a lot going on because I'm getting ready to leave town, but it's been awesome. I have really had some fun sessions with clients, and I also helped host a cuddle party last Friday night, which was super awesome. Those always are fun. And
yeah, you do nourishing. A lot of the cuddle parties. Is there a cover charge when people go in? They pay a fee? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a ticket price. It's like $45, and we give them food and drinks, and it's basically we set some intentions, and we Sam and I facilitate for a while. So there's exercises that we do together, kind of help them get flowing, basically. But after that, it's just like an open-ended cuddle space. And as much as I want guys to come to all of my workshops, the cuddle parties are like the thing that people really, really love. So,
yeah, I think I want to do one at some point. I don't know. I'm a little bit apprehensive. I think it'd be fun. I don't know. I need to come visit you out in San Francisco at some point anyway. Oh, that's
back. Totally. Well, what's the apprehension? I'm curious because everybody has some of that, by the way. It's that's one of my favorite parts about the night actually is kind of helping equalize that at the front end and just getting people connecting because everyone's kind of stiff and looking around like, oh God, is this going to happen? What do I do?
Yeah, I think it's like it's like a boundary thing. I mean, it's kind of like, remember when you were over at my house and we were hanging out watching TV and you were
yes,
can I cuddle with you? And I got really
I felt like I was cuddling with like a park bench.
I was like, what do you want? What do you want from me?
I eased off. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'll hang out on the couch. It's
fine. Also, where are you going? What is this upcoming trip?
Well, I'm going to be at Esalen in Big Sur for 5 days for a personal retreat, and also doing some prep for Sweden. And then I'm coming back from Esalen, spending the night in San Francisco, and then leaving and going to Sweden. And I'll be meeting up with you, and I'll be half asleep, and hopefully you will get me to bed.
Yeah, we have a big project coming up in Sweden, and I leave on Tuesday, which means next week's podcast is going to be, I think it's just going to be Chad and I, but live from Sweden. We're going to get there a couple of days early, I think, which will be nice. We can acclimate to the time zone shifts and, get the rental car and get things sorted out. But you're going to be coming in, hitting the ground running the day before you start facilitating a 4-day workshop with 5 porn stars in the Arctic Circle.
Yep. Well,
YOLO.
I can't get in my head about that. I actually had a teacher that used to say, just open your mouth and let the spirit speak. So
I open my mouth and other things happen.
All those little demons.
Oh, well, yeah, I was thinking.
That's hungry cocksucking demons.
Yeah, there you go. That's more what I was thinking.
Uh,
No, it'll be fun. I'm really excited for it. Also,
I think it's fun.
here in Rhode Island, which is where I am right now, last weekend was Gay Pride. So I went on Saturday to the festival with my mom and two of my aunts, one of whom is from North Carolina, who had never been to a Gay Pride anything in her life. And it was really cute. It was fun. It was also fun just kind of like seeing it through their eyes, because at this point, I'm like a jaded bitch. Like, I've been through so many of these like pride festivals, and they also think it's really funny when we bump into people that like watch my YouTube videos or that listen to our podcast, because they like to come up and say hi, and it's actually very sweet. But my mom just thinks it's so funny because like, to her, I'm not Davey Wavey. I'm just, her son. And
Right.
someone said to me that I like, there was some like Jesus analogy that happened, and my mom was like practically peeing in her pants because like, I had like resurrected them from the dead or something, and she was like, "He thinks you're Jesus."
This Jesus is a very different Jesus than your mom's Jesus, though.
Yeah, but yes, it does both involve getting on your knees.
Yeah.
So I have some big announcements and updates. July 8th, on Himeros TV, we're coming out with Waiting for Rock. I saw the rough cut for this already. And for those of you who are out of the loop, at my place in Palm Springs, I have a vintage erotic photo of these two like naked guys. It's from the 1950s, and it was taken in Palm Springs. And so Travis Matthews wrote a story based on that picture, like what led up to that moment, and how it's basically these like two hookers that got double booked to fuck Rock Hudson, and it's really great. It's a fun story. So that will be on Himeros TV. It's long. It's like 25 minutes or something, but it's really good. It took us 2 days to film it. So it's the most ambitious single video that we have on the site.
Nice.
We're also going to put a PG-13 version on YouTube for all the cheap fuckers that won't get a subscription. But you won't be able to see the sex, and you won't be able to see the cum. But it's going to be like the neutered version of Waiting for Rock.
All those 17-year-olds they're checking out the content too.
Right. Yeah. If you're 17, this one will be for you. Also, this is really exciting. For the full month of August, we're going to be here on the podcast. We'll be watching season 1 of Journeys on Himeros.tv. And this is our first time filming like truly like a Netflix style series. And it is like Netflix. Like, it's going to be like a lot more explicit.
Yeah.
All the nudity, all the sex, all the bits and parts that you want to see, but that generally you don't on Netflix. So I think it's really fun. And I've never seen a story that's done really well, that has like a really good storyline to it, but also sex. I know Cocky Boys does some stuff like that. But like, I think this is a really emotionally involved, like it's good. So that will be all August long. And it stars Calvin Banks, and we'll also be, of course, uploading YouTube versions of it for people that want to watch it, but it's going to be delayed by a couple weeks. So if you want to see the good stuff as it comes out, actually, it's another good reason to lock in your Pride discount right now at himeros.tv/Pride. And
have you seen any of it yet?
Any of Journeys? No.
Yeah.
No, I've only seen Waiting for Rock, and that was really good. I haven't seen any of Journey stuff. I will see all of them. Let me see. It's in my calendar. All of them by Saturday. So in the next like 24 to 48 hours, I will see all 4 episodes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah. Minus the like, because it's all the music is composed, so that hasn't happened yet. That's why they're not coming out until August, because like literally like someone has to compose for it, and you know how much work that is because you did that for one of our videos. Also, this is unrelated, but I don't think Finn, have I sent you yet the link to the video that we did in Joshua Tree with Wesley and Chris where Wesley starts crying?
No.
Because I don't know about you, but that's how I want all my gay porns to start, with someone crying. So I keep forgetting to send this to you. I keep like making a mental note to send you a link to this.
Send it.
Because it sometimes takes a while for me to get all the edits for the projects we do. And we filmed in Joshua Tree a couple months ago. But anyway, I finally have all the videos. And there's this video where Chris Harder, who's one of the models we've worked with, who you know, of course, he says to Wesley something of the effect of like, "You're so kind, like you're sweet, you deserve love and affection, and like your energy touches so many people." He just kind of goes on and does this very like authentic and real affirmation of who Wesley is as a person. And he's like holding Wesley's feet and just like looking into his eyes. And Wesley starts crying. It's like really moving and beautiful. And I kind of went back and forth with Dan of like the director and editor if it was like too much or if we should leave it in, and we left it in. But it's girl, that shit is real. It's real.
It is real.
Yeah, I don't know how people are gonna feel when they like see a video of like someone crying and then coming. So
I am really excited about this video.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Well, just the idea of just having more authenticity, and those feelings come up, and sex does put us in touch with those kind of feelings, and I want to see that.
I mean, people always complain that they don't like studio produced porn because it's not real. Like they want something that is real, and I totally get that. But I think that you can do both. You can produce something and have it be authentic and real. Also, I don't know where Matt is. I don't know, like he was here, and as soon as we clicked, he just like froze and then fell off. And this is 2 weeks in a row where we've had technical difficulty. Last week was really painful, by the way, that you guys couldn't like communicate with each other.
Oh God, yeah.
I felt for myself. I really felt for myself, trying to like soldier through.
You're moderating. You always have such a good poker face, though. Like it's like something about you can switch on the like thing, and I feel like I cannot do that very well. Like if something's perturbing me, it's all over me. I'm like, okay, hold on, everyone, just give me.
If I ever don't have anything to say, like if I just get quiet, it's probably because I'm like trying to sort something out. Like I was texting with Matt if he could come back in the thing or restart his computer, but the ship has sailed. So,
bye, Matthew.
Yeah. Otherwise, I did film a couple of YouTube videos earlier this week with Joey Mills. Do you know who he is, the porn star?
I don't.
He's been in a few of our things, probably older videos. He's very like boyish. Actually, when we filmed with him, he filmed some of the videos.
He looks like he's underage in the videos.
The cinematographer was like, "Did you card him?" And I was like, "Yeah, he was like 20 when we filmed with him, but you know, the braces kind of. Anyway, they're not doing anyone any favors. They're off. The braces are off. So we filmed a video about our So on YouTube, there's all these like people do these routines. They're like my early morning routine, or et cetera. But no one ever has like a pre-hookup routine. So we thought we would do that, and I thought it'd be especially interesting because he has he's a porn star, so he knows a lot about sex. Is Matt back?
I am back. I'm sorry, I had some technical difficulties. Oh my God.
It's fine, girl. You didn't miss too much.
What's going on, guys? How are we?
Talking about gay sex.
Tell me everything.
How was your week, girl? We haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
It's been a lot. I've been like jumping from city to city for the past 2 weeks. Every day I'm somewhere different. So
and
it's been a little grueling.
You have an event coming up this weekend too, right?
Oh my gosh, no, not this weekend, next weekend. So you guys know I've been doing, we've been feeding the street community in New York City through an organization started by my friend, Larea. The organization is called Lunch on Me. And we are doing our first fundraiser next week, the 29th. We're doing trap yoga. So it's yoga with like this hip hop twist. And we have a certified trap yoga instructor that's teaching the course. We're doing 2 classes in around Union Square in New York City from 2 to 4 and then 5 to 7. So I'm really, really excited about it.
So where can people get like tickets or more information?
Easiest way, go to my Instagram. It is RiversMA, Riversma. And right in my bio, you can click on the CrowdRise link. It'll bring you to a page. You click register, and then you can pick which time you want to go to, which course you want to go to, or class you want to go to. Excuse me.
Is your Instagram? Is it public?
It's public.
Wow.
It's now public. I'm a new man.
Can I tell you something funny, Finn? This is
Yes.
So Matt and I were talking on the phone the other day, and I was saying something about like the video of the podcast, and Matt was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Yeah, the video of the podcast," and he's like, "You record this?" And I was like, girl, all this time you didn't realize
video record.
Yeah.
No, I had no idea.
On YouTube, yes.
No idea.
Every time you freak out, it's on YouTube.
I was ready to throw up. Do you know, I was looking at Himeros, I think today or yesterday, I was looking at the Instagram and I was looking at what you post whenever you post live, and it's like live on YouTube or live on Twitter. It's like it goes more places than I even realized. I just kind of had this moment where it's like, what did I do? What did I do?
No, every week we get to see your smiling face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you and everyone else. But I'm fine with it.
He's like, I didn't even get my beard trimmed or his haircut.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I would just like literally after a long day, I run into my hotel room and I like drop everything and I'm like, let's go. I don't think anybody can see what I look like.
Why did you think we're doing it on Google Hangouts?
So honestly, so we could see each other. That's the whole time. Like it makes it so much better because we could see each other, see our reactions.
Yeah, I heard that.
No idea.
Anyhow, so I was just telling Finn that I recorded some YouTube videos this week with Joey Mills, the porn star, the Twinkie cute porn star.
Okay.
Ringing any bells.
I don't know who he is.
Okay.
Yeah, no idea. So we did our pre-sex routine. So like people have like their skincare routines, whatever. We did our pre-hookup, pre-sex routine. And I'm gonna give you guys a little spoiler, it was basically I broke it up into 3 categories, which was like stuff that I do continuously, like take PrEP or fiber pills, or like, you know, like that's stuff that I do on an ongoing rolling basis. And then there's stuff that you do like a couple days before, like trim your fingernail and stuff, so that you're not fucking Edward Scissorhanding someone's hole. And then there was the stuff that you do like immediately, like right before he's coming over, such as douching. I think the best tip that I shared, and a tip that is for sure going to change your life if you don't already do this at home, is I have a cum blanket that I put down. I have a cum blanket that I put down over my bed and over my sheets when I'm going to have a hookup. And Finn just got really interested.
I know,
like a cum blanket.
You're collecting samples from men.
It's not even about the cum so much as it's about the lube, because I can't even tell you how many sets of sheets I've ruined with fucking silicone lube stains. And so you put down like a thick blanket and it catches the cum, it catches the lube, it catches, if he like shits on you, like accidentally, purposely, whatever, like anything that it is, like you just roll it up when you're done, throw it in the washing machine, and
okay, I feel better.
Like protects your bed, yeah. But it's not like you're like collecting all the cum on it and just like not
That's what I
washing it.
thought. That's honestly what I thought.
I mean, you could, and you just lay in it after, just like lay in your filth.
The cum, the shit, all of it. Why not?
Yeah, but it's really smart. So I think for people at home, when you have your hookups, have a special dedicated sheet. Just get something, a blanket, like get something on Amazon and just put it over your stuff. Do people do that?
Yeah.
Do you guys do that?
A little knitted Afghan or something.
Yeah, see, grandma put together. Do you guys have cum blankets?
No.
So what? You just ruin your sheets?
Yeah.
No.
You don't come?
Well,
you don't use lube?
Well, you guys gotta remember too, like my situation's a little bit different. Like I am always somewhere other than home. So it's not like my sheets are regularly used.
So you just get silicone-based lube all over the sheets of the places that you stay?
Well, now it's not the places that I stay since I'm a taken man. So it's not like, but
well, you still have sex with your boyfriend.
Yeah, but yes.
I don't use silicone lube. I use coconut oil.
Does that not stain?
It can, yeah. But I mean, I don't really mind on the sheets. Like I know this sounds weird, but I kind of enjoy having cum stains on the sheets. Like I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's not a cum stain. That's a lube stain.
Well, like coconut oil comes out, like it takes a few washes, but like hot water, like it helps it come out.
I thought this was brilliant. I was really excited to share this with everyone.
I think it is, especially since you're shoving silicone up your ass. I think you need to have a blanket down to protect your bed.
So we also did a second video where Joey doesn't know how to give hickeys. I'm not great at it, but Joey doesn't know how to give hickeys. And we did an ASMR video about giving hickeys. So he's actually really bad at it because I tried to like teach him and then he tried to give me one. You can see like a little bit of it, but like that's like barely a hickey. And so I was doing my ASMR voice and I was like, Joey, tell me, what is a hickey a symbol of for you? Why do you want one? Because we got to like explore what hickey, but we're doing it in these like really whispery voices. It's okay, whatever. It's YouTube. Guys, cut me a break. People love it. They love it.
They love the whisper voice.
Yeah. Have
I
you never
like it.
watched those videos on YouTube?
You introduced this to me actually. I was like, what is that? ASMR, and I didn't know until I came across.
It makes you tingle when you're listening to it.
What's it called when people record themselves
It
chewing?
reminds me of horror movies actually.
What's it called when people film themselves chewing or eating?
Eating, chewing, same, whatever. When they make the slapping noises with their mouth, is that more or less the same thing? No.
Well, there is a genre of videos where people just film themselves eating like big things, eating like an octopus or whatever. And
but it's for the sound.
Oh, like the woman eating the pickles?
Yeah.
I think that's like an ASMR thing, but YouTube's it's a shit show. All right.
All right. Can you explain like why is he so bad at giving hickeys? Like what is that? Does his mouth not like seal very well, or is he
I think his mouth doesn't seal very well? Yeah, I think and he's got very pouty lips, and obviously the boy has experience sucking. Like he's a gay fucking porn star. Like you should see. He was showing me all these dicks that he's had sex with, and these gigantic, huge dicks. Like obviously he's good at sucking cock. But just something about all of it coming together doesn't really work for him. But where he gave me a hickey was like probably an inch above my nipple. And my nipples are so sensitive. And it was like close enough that I was getting like really turned on by him, like trying to give me a hickey. And I had to maintain complete professionalism, as you'll see in the video when I upload it in a couple weeks. So I was challenged.
What does that mean for you?
It meant that I was getting a fucking erection.
You couldn't like reach out and grab his head.
No, I can't reach out and grab his head. I can't reach out and grab his head.
I mean, but you're getting your chest sucked on, so it's so like it's all nebulous.
Yeah, these boundaries are very confusing, and it's just funny because everyone in the comments is always like, "You fucked, you guys fucked," and it's like, well, like when we're working on a sponsored project together, like it's kind of these boundaries. I get that they're a little bit gray, but it's not quite as juicy as everyone suspects it is, unfortunately, for all of us. Anyway, let's talk about Taylor Swift's new music video. We need to talk about this. It's called "You Need to Calm Down." And I feel like at some point we've talked about Taylor Swift on this podcast. I can't imagine that we haven't.
I don't think we have.
I think, well, I know me and you've talked about Taylor Swift a few times, but on sets, not like on the podcast.
Okay. And so like, what's your overall Taylor Swift like thoughts?
Me, I mean, I appreciate what she's doing for gay rights.
I can't for gay rights that you appreciate.
I can't tolerate her music, but like she, well, I can't. I just don't really listen to pop music that much. It's a personal taste, you know, but I think, what is she doing? She's like raising a lot of awareness around it. She's like writing letters to state legislatures. She's like helping to mobilize people around legislation for different bills that are up. And she's making a lot of noise around some of the stuff that's happening in the area. So I appreciate that a lot. Noise. Yeah.
Now, Matt, that's a huge Taylor Swift fan.
Next. I'm not a fan of her music. I don't know. I don't really like her energy. I've never been a fan.
I think she's a really great business person. I think she's very savvy. She's built an empire. Some of those things that Finn cited, yes, like I think it's great. She's involved, and more recently she's become more political. Like she wasn't until like the last year or so. She got involved with like the what was his name? Was it like Doug Jones and you remember that whole congressional, there was the whole issue with the guy that was molesting kids and anyway, but from a purely artistic perspective, like I don't find her voice to be that great. And that's like whatever, like there's a lot of artists who don't have the best voice, but then I like couple that with the fact that I don't find her like lyrics that interesting or her music very interesting. Because for me, it's kind of like, it just feels like spray tans and Uggs or something. Like it's not, it just feels like privileged white girl. Like that's like the vibe that I get.
I love that you're searching for words. It's like, how do we be diplomatic and shitty at the same time?
Yeah. So none of that though, like, that's not why I have an issue with "You Need to Calm Down." And I didn't know that other people also had an issue with it. Like I watched the video when it came out because I was like 40 million views on YouTube and like everyone watched it. And I was really put off by it. And then come to find out there is in general a lot of backlash. Have you guys both seen it?
Yes.
I have not seen it yet. No.
But not the whole way through. I've seen bits and pieces of it.
The whole way through. It's like, okay. So she does this. It's like her pride anthem ? But it's basically this parade of like LGBTQ people. Like it's Ellen, it's the guys from Queer Eye. There's some YouTubers in there that I recognized, different gay actors. RuPaul's in the video, and it's just this like parade of queer people, and it's almost like, hi, I'm Taylor Swift, and look at all my gay friends. Kind of like she's just kind of like marching them around, and the song, it's about like online hate and in the like, and it's also about gay people, and she kind of like equates mean comments online to the struggle for like LGBTQ equality, and I'm like, but girl, no. And at the end of the video, and this is the part that like where I really fell off, she makes up with Katy Perry. I don't know anything about pop culture. Apparently they had a feud. I didn't know that.
Oh,
like,
Lord.
so they make up at the end. And I'm just like, don't equate our struggle with your drama. Like,
Right.
I mean, come on. Like, you're equating like the struggle for LGBT equality with like the feud that you had with Katy Perry. Like, like really, like she makes it all about her. And I don't know. Am I wrong in feeling that she's using us, like queer people, as a marketing tool for her music? Like, that's how I feel.
I think that she does have a shit ton of gay followers. And so she's also, really trying to be supportive of her fan base. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, like, there's a lot of artists that like have these huge gay followings, and it's like a relationship she's building with them. I do appreciate what she's doing. And like, for instance, like a lot of her audience too, like people in the South and just like middle America, and like you're making these topics like conversation and supporting LGBT rights is helpful to have a voice out there. Even there's like kind of a crossover crowd, like the like country music people that listen to country music, and the South that also listen to Taylor Swift, and like just making it more broadly available to people. So I do appreciate that, and she's encouraging people to get involved politically. So that's really helpful. But about her feud with Katy Perry and all that other stuff. Yeah, I think it's all just kind of even the name of that song, like y'all need to calm down or whatever, or you need to calm down. It's kind of trite sounding compared to like what's really actually happening, but thanks for helping.
What do you think, Matt?
I give her credit for continuing the conversation and for bringing more awareness because
you all are so nice.
What other people are doing. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just not a fan. I've never been a fan, and listening to you explain the video since you've seen it the whole way through is more reason why I'm still not interested in watching it. The fact that she ends it by ending her feud with Katy Perry, I don't like her ass either. So at the end of the day, for me, like, what's the point? Like, okay, you're marching a bunch of celebrities around on the television. Look at all my gay friends. There's people that hate gays, and she's telling them to calm down and to stop, and when you love each other, blah, blah, blah. It's stupid. But okay, well, I don't know. How about you go protest? How about you go and like give like speeches in small towns? Like, how about you bring awareness in other ways for people to donate and, that to help young GLBT youth? There's so many other things to do than to make a music video that at the end of the day, I don't care if a portion of the proceeds end up going to helping GLBT folks. Still, you're pocketing that. So to Dave's point, you are still marketing off of us. And I don't like it. It doesn't feel completely genuine.
I also look, all those things, all those ways that you just listed for people to get involved, like, that's awesome. I wish she was doing more of that. But if her thing is like, she's a musician, and if she wants to make a music video, like, there is a way to do that. And there is a way to make a powerful music video that would resonate. And like, instead, it's like she has all these people that stand for something, like RuPaul. Like, there's a message to RuPaul. RuPaul stands for something, and she kind of parades these people around that all stand for something. And it's awesome that she's using her platform to elevate their voices. But I want to be like, all right, well, what do you stand for? And what does this video like stand for? What's the message that's here? I get that all these people you're showing have a message, but like, and Finn, since you haven't seen this video, I want to give you a sense of the depth of her lyrics. So this is the chorus.
Okay.
So, you need to calm down. You're being too loud. And I'm just like, you need to just stop. Like, can you just not step on my gown? You need to calm down. That's the chorus.
Lord. Yeah. Well, that hurts to hear, but I have to say, I mean, but what she has done, I will say this, and I know this to be true because my little sister fucking loves her, and she's always like, did you see what she said? Like, she will make really bold statements about, it's wrong to discriminate based on sex, and I'm voting for so-and-so in the midterms, and you should too. And, that kind of stuff. Because I think a lot of people really look up to singers, and there are lots of people that are like, oh my God, whatever she said, I'm going to think. So she's helping plant a lot of seeds. But it is hard to kind of overcome the reaction I hear in myself around those lyrics.
Yeah, it's tough, and I get there's a lot of gay people that like. I saw this quote, I sent it to Matt, and it was like, because people were debating like whether or not she's like a constructive or destructive voice or whatever, and someone tweeted, Taylor Swift threw the first bachelorette party at the Stonewall Bar. Like that like sums up like how I kind of feel about her. All right, so switching gears, let's talk about this week's video titled "Making Love All Day," featuring Adam Ramsey alongside my friend Andy Soros. Filmed in a wooden sailboat from the 1930s, docked in Provincetown, Massachusetts. This is all about devoting more of our lives to, well, making love. So some interesting facts for you guys to digest as we transition into this video is that you spend 26 years of your life sleeping. You spend 7 years of your life trying to sleep. You spend 8 years and 4 months of your life watching TV. You spend 235 days waiting in line. So like, honestly, like what's left? I feel like it's like how many days do we honestly have left? And in the data that I found, it said that we spend 117 days of our lives having sex. So we spend like twice as much of our life waiting in line than we do have sex. It would be great if we could find a way to have sex while we're waiting in line. And kind of
I
like
want to know what this waiting in line thing is for. What?
Starbucks, the bank.
I get it. Yeah. I was thinking,
yeah.
Okay. The Social Security office, whatever.
DMV, whatever. Yeah. So that's, to me, that's fucking depressing. And considering how much time we spend thinking about sex and like how big of a motivator it is in our lives, like we spend twice as much time waiting in line. Like how much time do we spend thinking about waiting in line? Or like it's just not a big part of our lives. Sex is a huge part of our lives, and yet we devote a relatively small amount to it. So this video is kind of like an invitation for all of us to spend more time making love. And it also kind of redefines too, like how we think of that as what we think of as making love. Like it can be the hardcore fucking and sucking. Like we see some of that in the video, but it's also cuddling or making out. In the video, they take a nap together. There's a lot of ways to make love that don't involve your penis up a butt. Though that may be some of our favorites. So my question for you guys is, have either of you ever, like in your current relationship or others, like set aside an entire day for making love?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, we were spending a lot of time together, but it wasn't quality time. It wasn't really us time. It was just a quick dinner. Oh, I have to take this phone call for work, or let's hang out real quick. Oh, okay. Well, I'm running late. I have this. So we weren't spending a lot of time. We were trying to think outside of the box of a way where we could spend time together. And we took a day where we were naked all day long in the house. We cooked, we ordered food, we watched movies, we cuddled, we had
Did you
sex.
answer the door naked when the food arrived?
He tried to, and I was like, that's not funny, go put something on. But we I don't know, like it was a day that we needed to just reconnect with one another and just, ignore everything else that was stopping us from having that, that quality time together.
Did it accomplish that? Like, did it reconnect you guys?
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's what this video is. It's kind of like a sexercise or like a sex game that you can do at home to like tap into this. Finn, have you ever done it?
Oh yeah. This is one of my favorite. Oh, I love the video and I love the concept because I think it's really important that we do this. and it's the idea that like, oh, you're having sex all day, you know, like penetration all day is not the thing. But I call this concept simmering. And it's something that I try to do as often as possible with my boyfriend because I think it's really helpful to help us stay really connected. Just beyond the sex itself, it's like really adventurous and it's like improvisational, and it's really easy to do this on a vacation. I think, you know, like you're in a different place and it's really, you know, but just I try to do that as often as possible. And we both have really busy lives and sometimes it doesn't really line up, but when it does, it's really amazing because like maybe for an entire weekend, we'll do that and just maybe try to like hold back our loads for a couple of days and just keep playing in all these different ways that we can. So if we go out for a hike, we're playing in the woods and we get back, or maybe in the car or jacking each other off while we're driving and, you know, playing with each other while we're cooking supper and just all the different ways that we can incorporate it.
I've actually, I have some experience with this too. Chad and I, when we were in Toronto, after we finished filming Journeys, we set aside a day of our trip to like stay in our Airbnb and make love all day and film it. We did like a little vloggy thing for YouTube. It's actually up on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to see it. Obviously we didn't film the like actual meat and potatoes of it, but we did like massages. We cleaned the Airbnb naked together. Like we ordered Chipotle because nothing makes you feel sexier than like
filling a
having a giant fucking burrito inside you. But it was really cute and it was very sweet. And especially after like working as hard as we did for, you know, Journeys for an extended, it was like a 4-day shoot. It was nice to like come down from that and connect with each other. How pretty is the boat, by the way, that this is filmed in? Like, did that move you?
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, we were excited that. So it was like some straight guy had this boat and I found it online and I was like, we want to film guys fucking in it. And he was like, cool. He's like, I'll sail it over to Provincetown and you guys can film in it all day. And it's like a 60-foot sailboat. And it's like, so I guess what was it? It was like 90 years old. And it's just like one of the, it's almost like dreamy, like watching these guys like do what they're doing in that sailboat. And Andy's penis, can we talk about his penis? It's gorgeous. Did anyone like his penis? Did anyone like it?
I honestly, this sounds weird, but I was really more excited about the raincoats and them running around in the raincoats. But
did you notice his penis? What would you say?
I don't remember anything special about his penis to me.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious. Like, I don't recall. I remember Adam Ramsey's penis more than I remember his penis.
Well,
which one is which?
Oh my God.
I love that question. Guess.
I really didn't pay attention.
Well, now that you've heard about the penis war, go back and look and see if you can figure it out.
Hang on, I'm gonna send you guys pictures of the penis. Since I was.
Why is this penis?
There it is. I sent it. Bing. Oh my God! I sent it to my mom. No, I'm kidding.
You did not.
I wish that you did. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think anything of that.
It's huge. How do I know that? Because it's been inside me. He's one of my friends from real life, and he's not a porn star. He's just excited and enthusiastic, and he wanted to be in the video, and so I was like, okay. Adam loved his penis.
I have to say though, you know, it's such a personal, you know, aesthetics, because I really do. I love Adam's
everything. Yeah. We know.
Yeah, and then so, you know, this.
Find your words, man. Come on.
This idea of simmering, though, you know, like all day long, I recommend that frequently because when I have like boyfriends, especially that I'm doing some counseling with, and they are feeling stuck around their sexual connection, oftentimes it is because they're just getting in there and doing the thing and then being done and feeling kind of bored. But doing this all day thing opens up so much more playfulness and helps them feel connected in the way that you do when you first start getting to know somebody.
Finn, I think you like guys that have a similar aesthetic as
I
you.
knew you were going to come back to this. Okay, well, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Send Matt. Can you send Matt the picture of you and Chris Harder?
Oh God. I can do that.
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, text it to him.
Okay.
Because literally you look like brothers.
I know, we do. Matthew.
Do you have a crush on this guy?
Okay. Well, it was on Instagram. Okay, here comes some
trying to ignore
pictures.
Matt's question.
What did he say? What did you ask?
Do you have a crush on him? Say no more.
I like this photo. I like him a lot. I had a really strong, intimate connection feeling with him, and yeah, like meeting him on the shoot in Toronto felt really awesome too. It was like, yeah, looking at a brother in a way. And yeah, I think I do have a thing about. I think we all do though. But when we see somebody that kind of resembles us, it's not just about narcissism, is it? I think it's about like
that was going to be my question was like, do you think you like them because they look like you, or do you think that you try to model your own aesthetic after what you're attracted to? And don't say both, because that's the easy cop out.
No, I'm not really sure, to be honest. But I have to say with Chris, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm attracted to Chris. Like I'm not really often really wowed by somebody's physicality in a way where I just kind of like crush on them. It's more like when we first met, we just had a lot in common and like this instant kind of feeling of connection. And when you come across people like that, it's a special moment, I think. And that's how it felt with Chris. And then, yeah, it was like, we're like, oh my God, we look alike too. Matthew, did you get the picture?
You all got the same haircut.
I mean, tattoos, the haircut, the beard,
the beard, similar, yeah.
Everything, yeah.
Okay, well, and so you're actually also comparing me to Adam Ramsey now.
Well, I would say Adam Ramsey has a similar aesthetic. He's darker, but he has like the beard. He has the tattoos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
look at him. He's like salivating over there. Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, well, he does.
I'm feeling very uplifted by this conversation.
So anyway, if you guys want to see this video, you can check out the preview at himeros.tv, or if you want to join and get the 60% Pride discount for the last few days that it is available, himeros.tv/Pride. Let's answer some questions. I don't know how many we'll be able to get through today, since we're kind of coming up. Let's start with question number 1. I recently discovered your podcast and I found it very useful. I have a question for Finn. I always bottom when I'm having sex. I like giving pleasure and making my partner come. I always come when having sex, but lately I've been wondering if I've ever felt an orgasm. Is there a difference between coming and orgasming? I think when I come, I feel a sense of relief, but not this thing that people talk about when they have an orgasm. I'm feeling very frustrated. How can I achieve the sensation of orgasm?
Mm. Well, I wonder why this is to me.
Well, because of us, like you're the only person that's really an expert. on this
I love that too. Okay, so anyway, expert masquerading. So the sensation of orgasm and ejaculation are different, but they're part of the similar process, like a domino effect. One trips the other. So the first phase is called emission, like your semen starts to pile up basically and be ready for the ejaculation to shoot. So if you've shot your load, you actually have had an orgasm. So my question would be like, what's happening for you in those moments? Are you not able to, like, what are you not feeling? I think what we talk about on here a lot is like separating those two physiological things so that you can experience more on the orgasm side, and ejaculation becomes less of the goal because it's actually less of the sensation that you're feeling. So we all get attached to the coming because we think that that's like where all the sensation is, but it's actually the process that leads up to that before you actually shoot your load, where there's like a immense well of energy that you can experience and learn to prolong. I'm in my own process around all that, and we've talked about that on here quite a bit. But if you shot your load already, you have had an orgasm.
So let me clarify
that's the
this.
punctuation. Yeah, clarify.
You can orgasm without ejaculating.
Yes.
But you can't ejaculate without orgasming.
Right.
Okay.
Right, because it's a physiological trip wire that happens.
Why is it that,
Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Why is it that sometimes if I ejaculate, the orgasm is like nothing? It's like, I'll be like, why did I just jerk off? Like, what was the whole point of that? Whereas other times it's like super intense. Like, why does that happen?
Because, well, typically because there's not enough like arousal built up, and it's not like, if the longer you prolong arousal and the more you open up your body and the energy in your body in different places besides like squeezing down in just your dick, the more sensation you open up. So like even just like if you're like rubbing on your chest while you're also jacking off and you're breathing and making sound, like you start to open up some of these places and you feel sensation on your chest too. Like you can do the experiment with this, like rub all over your chest while you're coming and you'll feel the activation of the nerve endings in your chest at the same time. So you're just like bringing more of this online. So most guys, when they jack off, they're just like watching something and like squeezing and clenching down and like really tugging on their dick really hard. So all the sensation is focused in that one place. And there's not like a lot of arousal that goes along with it. Like if you're having really hot sex and a really powerful connection that keeps building and building and building, that builds up this dam of energy that just when it breaks, finally, it feels like this immense release.
We did this audio guide to more powerful orgasms, and I forget who we worked with on it, but he said that one of the best things you can do is like as you're approaching orgasm and ejaculation, like to start to make sound, to make noise, to like really like vocalize and breathe while it's happening. And I found that like if I'm instead of just being like and shooting my load, if I'm just like if I really give into it and start making like real noises, that it actually does enhance my orgasm and it makes it more powerful. So that's like a really simple thing you can do. The guy's obviously coming, and so like to really let yourself make noise while you're doing it to see if that enhances it for you, because I think it might.
And moving around your body too, like kind of like moving around. Like people do get really stiff and don't make any sound, and just kind of like if you just contract your body in one position, you can't really feel as much. But if you're just kind of wild and moving around, you move that around your body and you feel more. I can talk about that personally for myself. So,
all right, let's do question number 2. Keeping this train moving. I would like to thank you and your friends for speaking so openly and candidly about sexuality in your podcast, Himeros Live. Every time I learn a lot from it. I only wish I learned these things 20 years ago. The way you demystify gay porn and gay sex is really helpful. I edited this down. This was actually a lot longer, but basically he says that 48 years ago, he was born with a mild form of dyspraxia. I actually don't know what that is. But because of this, my life hasn't been very easy. As the years went by, I became more depressed and eventually became 40 pounds overweight. 5 years ago, I hit rock bottom and decided to do something about it. I bought a rebounder and started working out. I managed to lose the weight and kept it off. I also started paying more attention to the clothes that I wear. It isn't easy for me to be around other people, especially other men that I find very attractive. I think that I'm too ugly to attract nice-looking guys, and I am not hot, and I do not have a nice muscular body. With clothes on, I look lean, but without them, you can still see the extra fat on my stomach and hips. My last attempt to have sex was 4 years ago. Before that, I had no experience with hooking up or touching another man in general. It was a failure. The guy I met said after 3 times meeting and making out, giving each other oral sex, that I was very, very bad at it. I had trouble getting an erection, and I never heard from him again. I haven't learned how to be intimate with other guys. I'm very bad at kissing and making out. Watching porn and masturbating is much easier, but it fucked up my life. I live a very isolated life. I still get depressed when I think about my non-existent sex life. I would still like to have one, but it looks like I'm not any good at it. I've been using Grindr and other apps, but I get no messages. I'm afraid that I will never have a sex life because of my looks, my age, my phobias, my clumsiness, interacting with other men. Is it too late for me? Have I missed the boat? I feel like a big failure. And as I get older, I'm afraid that I will never get to have an experience with another man. I feel like I'm not good enough. and too broken to ever meet guys that I feel attracted to. They'll never like me for who I am, and I'll never be happy in general. Keep up the good work.
There's a lot to unpack from that. I mean, even just his perception of himself of like, if I have clothes on, I look lean, but when I take them off, I still have fat. Like, just because you're not lean doesn't mean someone's not going to be attracted to you. Like, lean is not the only body type that's out there, you know?
And fat doesn't prevent you from having a sex life. If you could be 300 pounds over life and have 300 pounds overweight and have a vibrant, you know, ecstatic sex life. It's not a matter of what your body looks like to be able to access pleasure and intimacy.
And, you know, and I think that he also has a routine that he needs to break himself out of. You know, porn is kind of a comfort zone for him. It's where he feels comfortable. And I'm sure that over time that has an impact on trying to be physical with someone. What do you think, Finn?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say there's a lot here, and I would recommend just like seeking out some support from somebody like, you know, a mental health practitioner, like a coach or someone that can really help you in a prolonged kind of way to open up about, you know, like all of these things that you've listed off here about your experience are really big challenges. And I think it's more about how you imagine yourself to be based on these challenges rather than like, oh, these are just absolute, you know, punctuation marks against me having any kind of pleasure in my life. So maybe just working with somebody on an ongoing basis to help you open up more and try different things. Yeah. And just getting support for your experience. 'Cause it sounds like a lot of challenges.
Yeah. But he needs to know that it's not over for him. Like,
right.
He can meet someone, you know, he can have the experiences that he wants. It's entirely possible.
And I think like having, you know, a couple bad hookups and like and struggling with Grindr, like I think there's an opportunity to really take a step back. First of all, like if you have a bad hookup, like we all have bad hookups, and quite frankly, probably more of my hookups are bad than are good, and like, and that's just like part of life. But like Grindr or Scruff or whatever app you're using, like not everyone is 21 years old with 9-inch dick and 6-pack abs. There's lots of different body types and shapes and sizes. And you know, I wonder from what he's writing, if he's really reaching out to a very specific like demographic of people that maybe look more like what he sees in porn. And knowing that there's like a wider variety of people out there and like to connect with and reach out to. And I also think what I'm very aware of when I talk to someone on Grindr or especially in real life is the energy that they put out. And like the energy that I get from this letter does not entice me to want to open myself up sexually to you. Like there's a lot of, I appreciate the honesty of the letter, but I think when we want to check the energy that we're, you know, transmitting to another person that we want to have sex with, I wonder how much of that is coming through to that person. I know what appeals to me is, you know, confidence, someone that feels sexy about themselves, even if they don't have a body type that is what we typically see in porn. Like, I think there's an opportunity to do some work there. And yeah, you probably do need the guidance of you know, a professional to help navigate that. Question number 3, I think we'll just save that for next week.
It's such a good one. I love it.
I mean, do you want to do it right now?
I do. I love this question.
Let's do it.
Okay. Finn, why don't you read it?
Okay, I will. I love this question. It comes up all the fucking time. I have a question for you and your friends that baffles me. Baffles. Okay, I'm a connoisseur of cocks, and the bigger, the better. I love watching porn with men who are so hung that they look out of proportion and almost like a cartoon. There is nothing more arousing than a massive, veiny, throbbing dick. During sex, on the other hand, I find such large cocks difficult and often unmanageable. The best sex that I've had, and at least in terms of pleasure, have been from smaller cocks. I'm able to handle these cocks for an extended period of time and able to take a pounding. I derive no pleasure from big cocks and generally no such pleasure from big cocks and generally feel quite a bit of discomfort. So why is there such an emphasis on big cocks? Why do I desire something that I don't even enjoy? Maybe there is secretly a market for smaller dicks and the appreciation of members that are less than monstrous. Are big dicks really all they're cracked up to be?
Good question.
I love the question.
Really think that's a good question? In my mind, I'm like, it's so simple. If you don't like a big dick inside you, don't put a big dick inside you.
Right. He's asking about the like, why is it such a thing? I mean, like,
why is he turned on by it? So it'd be like, oh, I'm turned on by steak, but I'm a vegetarian.
Right.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm like, but I mean, I don't know. You like it because it looks big, because it looks good. But at the end of the day, you know, your eyes are bigger than your butthole. Like, it's not for you. Like, I don't know. I get it.
What do you think, Fed?
Well, I mean, almost, you know, I like spend hours with coaching, and I hear so much from guys around dick size and insecurity. I've worked through that stuff in my own life, and I think it's just like central to the gay male, you know, self-crisis. Really, is like, is my dick enough? And this guy is hitting something like, I'm surprised that you guys aren't just like loving this question. I feel like we talk about this all the time. We just had this big conversation about like, what was the model's name on the boat and his dick versus like Adam's, you know, like
Andy Soros,
like Andy and his dick or whatever, you know, like, I think because it's highlighting something that's really important, and that's like the psychological element around sex that isn't really, it's not talked about so much in like the gay scene. It's like all this superficial pursuit of like bodies and penises and like what we think that means. But the underlying thing is like, what do you associate with that? Like, what do you think that means for a guy to have a big dick? Like, what characteristics are you like looking for in another person that you don't necessarily find in your own self? And I personally think that it has a lot to do, like, guys, you know, it's like, we're not supposed to be vulnerable. We're not supposed to be like that since we're little kids. We are performing since we're children onward to not be vulnerable. So as men, you know, wanting to get fucked is often the desire to be vulnerable, but it's like hard to even admit that. So there's like this huge pecking order of who deserves that kind of, you know, authority over me. And I think when a guy is really hung up on a big dick, I think often he has a hard time allowing himself to be vulnerable without being actually forced into it, because a big dick forces you to like relax and forces you into that position. There's just a lot around themes, and it highlights to me again like the psychological component of sex, which is that's what we're looking for anyway. We're not just looking for the physical, we're looking for the meaning connected to the physical. It reminds me of a bunch of boys on the playground running around and like calling the little dude a faggot, and like everyone worshiping the football player for what? Like for no reason other than like he has like these characteristics that our culture says are superior, but it's not that way across all cultures. And that's not every culture's idea of the best penis either.
There's a lot of stuff that I watch in porn that I find like hot or sexy, or like things that I seek out like to participate in as a viewer that I don't want to experience personally, right? Like even when you watch like videos of like simulated rape, right? Like where it's the setup is that someone's like taking advantage of someone, or like a boss and their employee, like things that
right.
are fun to jerk off to, and maybe, you know, aren't things that you're like a 10.5-inch dick is fun to see some guy like smacking the camera with it, but it doesn't mean that I necessarily want to put it inside me.
Right.
So I get what this person's saying, because I think big dicks are so hot. But oftentimes when I am with a big dick in life, I actually find that the smaller dicks are more physically pleasurable. But the big dicks maybe they're like a symbol of something.
Yeah.
Like, they represent something, and
yeah. What
do they represent? Like the masculinity that I don't have. Like,
right. So it's been denied us.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, there are like places that like top privilege, and like bottom shaming. It's all part of the same deal. It's like, what criteria do we shame people on? Oh, you're too feminine. Oh, your dick's smaller than mine. Oh, your body isn't quite this or that. It's just like this big assortment of like othering. And it just happens to be like the very central, connective point between it's our sexual organ. So it's the most scrutinized part. And I think it has a lot to do more with the emotions than the physical, really. I mean, psychologically, it is hot. They are hot to look at.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone loves a big dick. Everyone loves a big dick. And you know what? That's true of straight guys as well, that they prefer watching porn that has big dicks in it too. I remember when I read that book, A Billion Wicked Thoughts, there's like a whole chapter on how everyone loves a big dick, like even straight guys. Yeah. Doesn't mean they want it in them.
Yeah, and cross-culturally, though, that's what I mean, like, because we're all really steeped, no matter straight, gay, whatever, we're steeped in these, like, values from children onward about what it means to be, strong and masculine.
Matt doesn't love a big dick.
Matt is a big dick.
I get what this person is saying, and I get what you guys are saying, but at the same time, too, I'm just like, get over it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, you are focused on trying to understand why you like a really big dick, but yet you've had a big dick inside you and it doesn't feel good, but you've had a smaller dick inside you and it feels great. And like, I get the fascination of, oh my God, this giant penis. But at the same time, it's like, you're wasting your time focused on something that at the end of the day still doesn't feel good to you. Like, for what? And in the process of that, like, some people who fantasize about these big dicks, like in the process, they're not celebrating themselves. Like, they're focused on what they don't have. Like, for what? Like, I'm 35 years old. I'm not living like grow up. Like, when are we not going to be like that? Like, it's just so it's stupid.
You can't consciously just turn off what you're turned on by, though. Like, I get what you're saying, but it's a process. It's not like you can be like, well, I'm not turned on by that anymore. It's like so connected to all kinds of stuff that
it's not even a matter of like not being turned on by it as much as it's like realizing, okay, you know what, I do like this, but really, like, where's the value in it? I may still be turned on by it, but just telling myself, where's the value in this? Move on.
We get clocked more than a few times on Himeros for featuring guys that have big dicks. I've had more than a few emails saying like, I would join your site if you showed more average or smaller size dicks. And this person says maybe there's a market for smaller dicks. Well, there certainly are people that enjoy seeing smaller dicks. And I don't know if it's because like there's a small dick fetish, or it's more just about representation of different like sizes that like if we're just jerking off to these giant dicks and the dicks that we're working with are not giant, then what is the disconnect there? Like, we make an effort to show people of all different ages on Himeros TV. Like, is dick size representation another aspect of that? So, and even Journeys, when we shot Journeys in Toronto, my God, the dicks were so big. Like, almost all the dicks of the models, they were like these ginormous like arms coming out of them, which is fun to watch and film. But yeah, I think I don't know. I think there's something here, and there is something to be said for dick size representation. Are we done?
Are you over it? I'm loving this. We need another question. Let's go.
That's it. That was
like a bonus round.
I need to make dinner. All right. So if you guys have questions, please send them in. Obviously, we love answering them. It's davey@daveywavey.tv. Send us your questions, and sooner or later we'll get them answered. Keep them coming. And just as a reminder, visit himeros.tv/pride to save 60% off your membership. It's just for a limited time. There's only a few days left of the sale. Next week, we're going to talk about a video titled Hat Trick. Oh, this one's fun. Finn, where can people find you?
Finndeerhart.com, FINNDERHART.com.
And Matt, if people want to get involved with your project in 2 weekends, Instagram.
My Instagram is RiversMA, and the link, the Crowd Rise link is in my bio. It's in Union Square. Please come through if you're in the New York area. I would love to meet every one of you.
Thank you guys so much for listening. And as always, more to come. To come. More to come. More to come.